This is the first episode in about 4 years where we've not just had a trophy immediately on the line. It's going to be quite relaxing and normal. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2 here at Bayern Munich, which still feels weird to say here in, I think it's actually our 13th season. I said 12th last time, it's our 13th. I've lost track really, I think it's the 13th. But anyway, we are back whenever it is with Bayern Munich here in Germany in the Bundesliga, and we have made a fantastic start to life back here in Germany. Yes, let's go straight to the results because we've gone a little bit of a way into the season. Of course, last time we beat Borussia Dortmund undeservingly to win the DFL Super Cup, our first trophy in charge and our first trophy outside of England, actually, unless you count the European Championship and the World Cup and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, since then, we went through in the DFB Pokal in the first round, as you would probably expect, against Garching, a 3-0 win in that one, and our reward for that one was Schalke away from home. That's fantastic. Oh, hang on. And our reward for that one is a trip to Schalke, who we're going to play in the league today. So yeah, the previous Bundesliga champions, not exactly fun. But in the Bundesliga, we have played 4 matches and we have won 3 of them, scoring 4 goals in 2. First of all, a 4-1 win against former champions RB Leipzig, a hat-trick from Ricardo Reckers, proving that my trust in him is justified. Patrick Albel with the other goal as well. 4-0 win again against Wolfsburg. Reckers on the score sheet. And Albel once again, Tony Sutherland getting his first goal as well. And then a 2-0 win against Wolfsburg, including an own goal from Christian Amann, who we sold when we were in charge of Borussia Monchengladbach. Then most recently in the league, a 0-0 with Bayer Leverkusen. Frustrating because we were at home and we should really have won. It was a pretty disappointing result after a good performance, but there we go. It leaves us pretty comfortably top of the table. I say comfortably, we're 1 point clear of Borussia Dortmund, but they've already lost, Schalke have already lost. We are the only team that is unbeaten, apart from Bayer Leverkusen actually, but they have drawn 3 games, whereas we've won 3, so that's why we are top. So it's been a good start. The board are devastated we haven't signed any more German players. I mean, I tried to. Ulrich didn't want to join, and no one else is really very good. Now, we have made 2 other signings that are 2 players who I don't want and won't use, just to placate the potential squad mutiny. Did it work? No, it didn't. The circle went green to say that it was fine, and then it went back to yellow. But then all that happened was, after deadline day, Marcus Antonio was like, it's all right. I'll give you more time to do it. I don't want more time to do it because A, it doesn't need to be done, and B, I've already done it. We have signed 2 attacking midfielders, which is what he wanted. We've signed Robin den Otter, a Dutch attacking midfielder from Mönchengladbach, our former club. He's alright, he's decent, probably not great, didn't register him for the Champions League, he's not happy about that, but I'm not happy about even needing to sign him. We've also signed Amadou Diop, who is actually pretty good. We signed him on loan from Barcelona for the season. He could actually play, he's a decent looking player, but even still, we don't really need him because we already signed Bibi. He was the replacement for the guy I sold. It's very weird, I don't know why they're so upset about it, but anyway, hopefully they will just get over it and forget. So as said, we are playing Schalke today. That's going to come up in the Bundesliga. They are the previous Bundesliga champions before we won it last season under Jurgen Klopp. The only team to stop Bayern Munich from winning the league in, 7 years. That's pretty impressive. But before that, we have got our first Champions League match in charge. Now we've skipped over the group stage with the last couple of seasons when we were at Liverpool, but because this is our first year at Bayern Munich, we will play a couple here and there. And we have got Inter Milan in our group, still managed by Pep Guardiola. We've got Celtic in our group. We're going to play them today. They are managed by Mauricio Pochettino, and then Astra Giurgiu, Romanian side as well, who could prove a bit of a dark horse because we know how good the Romanian national side is in this game world. But for this game against Celtic, we are going to go pretty much full strength. We are at home, you'd expect us to win it, but I'm scared of Poch. Their recent form is poor, but still, I want to make sure we win our opening group match. That's always a good thing to do, because we do want to be winning the Champions League as much as possible. Obviously, we did win it 3 times with Liverpool, but if we can prove we can win it with someone else. I think I'm right in saying no manager has won it with more than 2 clubs. Like, Ancelotti's won it with 2 different clubs. Jose Mourinho has won it with 2 different clubs, but I know there's a few others. I don't know if anyone's won it with 3. I don't think in this game world anyone has. The only one that could plausibly have done so is probably Well, yeah, Pep wouldn't have, would he? Because he never won it with anyone other than Barcelona. I don't think anyone has, because PSG's wins would have been... Wait, Neil Lennon's won the Champions League. He's closing in on us in terms of the amount of trophies he's won. Now he's gone to Paris. Absolutely loving life is Neil Lennon. Champions League winner, cleaning up domestically. Of course, he was at Porto before, after he left Celtic and went to Porto. He's won an absolute bucket load of trophies, as Neil. He's 53 points behind me. We need to win some trophies this season, obviously. He's won 14 league titles. We've only won 5. And we're being propped up majorly by the World Cup here. Neil Lennon, I did not expect him to be my biggest threat. Anyway, we're getting off the track completely. Celtic, formerly managed by Neil Lennon, of course, they're the opponents, and this is the team we are going to be going with. It's changed around maybe slightly. Actually, this is what we played in the Super Cup, isn't it? But anyway, this is the team we are going to be playing then. Raul, we're going to continue in goal. Rafinha, Reita, Lupi, and Moraldi is the defence. Falkenberg, Jack, and Antonio, the midfield. This is sort of the best combination we've had so far. Sutherland's going to be on the left-hand side. He's taking him some time to adapt to the Bundesliga. Albel on the right, and then Ricardo Reckers wrecking some defences for us is going to be up top. So I'm expecting a pretty comfortable win. It's going to be interesting to see what the Celtic team is like. We did play Celtic a few years ago when we were in our first year at Liverpool. James Taylor's still there. He's very loyal to the cause. 27 now. I guess because he's not really that prolific. He's not that prolific. 15 in a season in Scotland is not really much at all. Ewan Henderson's still there as well. A few other names at the back. Gomez and Morasic, who you may recognise. Coney de Winter, who we briefly had when we were Leicester manager as well. And they've got Lewis Holt in attacking midfield, who is bang average. So expect 4 goals from him. I expect nothing but a win though. We did drop points against Bayer Leverkusen, of course, but it was obviously less than ideal. But I mean, we've been pretty good in our start to life here. Alright, the first highlight is Celtic. It's been a long passage of Celtic passing, although Reckers has stolen in. He's cracked it against the bar. He's trying to wreck the goal frame. Celtic, though, certainly having a lot of possession in this one. De Winter has beaten 2 players. They sort of completely bamboozled them, and they're still trying to slowly build from the back. Very patient build-up, as you would probably associate with Maurizio Pochettino. He's certainly having some influence here in Glasgow. And I mean, we haven't really had any of the ball. De Winter's found a bit of space. He's put the ball across. It's come down to Alvarez, who fires a shot fiercely in. Need to see a little bit more, I think. We started the season at a frenetic pace, scoring quite a few goals domestically. Need to see that on the European stage too. Sutherland cuts it out to Reckers, gets it back from Reckers. There's Falkenberg, and Kjetil Falkenberg fires home for his first goal of the season. He's a pretty special player. I've signed him up to a new contract because he was interesting everybody in Europe, including Liverpool. So he's going to be staying, at least as long as we're going to be staying. A brilliant hit from him, and we've got the lead. Celtic, though, not done yet. Vukasovic to Jeremic. Vukasovic across to De Winter, into James Taylor, and it's a good save from Raul. And brilliant. We've got an injury to Tony Sutherland. Now he has a potential knee injury. He did, when he did his medical, an injury was flagged up. I'm pretty sure it was his thigh, so hopefully that's not too bad. Although knee could be cruciate ligament, couldn't it? That would be terrible. Anyway, we brought on, sadly, in his place, Regen, who is pretty young. We've got 2 youngsters on the left as backup, who both have a lot of good potential. Maybe we're going to have to start relying on them if Sutherland is particularly seriously injured. Anyway, Reckers out to Albel on the right-hand side, ball across, and Yunus Salhi, off the bench and has immediately scored, which I'm fully on board with. Maybe we shouldn't have bothered buying Tony Sutherland when we've got him here. Yunus Salhi, first goal of the campaign, jumps through the defender, and we are now in control here. Looking pretty good into the second half here, as soon as I say that, Celtic obviously have a chance. But we seem to be pretty much in control. Albel on the right-hand side. Can we get a third? That would be good. He's been apparently fouled. I would say that was a little bit generous. And up is going to step Marcus Antonio to put it down the middle and make it 3-0. This one is pretty much done. I'm a little bit concerned of the fact that Ricardo Reckers has not really been involved at all. He scored a hat-trick on the opening day of the season against Leipzig. Scored another goal in the following game. Don't think he's had a single shot that I've seen since then, which is, I mean, because he was transfer listed when we got here, which is a slight concern. James Taylor running through and doesn't find the target. So we are scouting the Dortmund striker, Thaliasis, whatever his name is. I can't remember. It's a long name. But yeah, he's a potential option, I think, for next summer. And there we go. Victory in our opening Champions League group match, as you would probably expect. It's going to be the games against Inter that really decide the destination of who tops the group. But always nice to keep up a good winning run and to score some goals. And, well, there we are. Damaged kneecap, 4 to 5 weeks. Could be considerably worse, any sort of knee injury. And we have got the guys, the youngsters on the left-hand side who, well, clearly, at least one of them seems very good. He's not called Thaliasis, he's called Thomas. I mean, that's not, I can say that. It's Anastasiasis. That's what I was thinking of. Anyway, Schalke is going to be in 4 days' time. Right, trip to Schalke, very early days in the season, of course. Dortmund have won again, but if we can win this, go back above them, then we'll start to take maybe the slightest bit of control. Certainly need to keep up our good form, and obviously no Tony Sutherland for this one, but Salhi can definitely come in, given the fact that he literally scored in the previous game. I mean, what more can I possibly hope for or ask for from him? And they got Maxence Kakare, they have got Hagdahan, of course, and Schultz up front, the star man for them. He has scored an absolute bucket load of goals for them and for Germany in the save so far. Going to be a big danger. Hopefully Ricardo Reckers can get a few for us. Apparently we're unbeaten in 3 matches against Schalke, so I mean today's a good day to change that one. Corner relatively early on. Albel can't quite get there, but Antonio goes back and flings the ball in to Falkenberg, who goes all the way across to Heiko Jack. Ball across and Reckers. It's a good opportunity. And now potentially Schalke trying to work something here. Albel, I think, against his former club. I think he played for Schalke. I seem to recall something like that. It was either that or Leipzig. And Antonio's managed to win the ball back. Out to Salhi. Goes in. Pretty weak effort, but good run from him. We're looking pretty good so far, but still need a breakthrough. Salhi is mugged off, but Antonio flies in and gives the ball to Patrick Albel, who finds the net. It says he'll remember that for a long time, which means logically it's his former club. That's usually what it's for. Salhi, he looks a little bit. Well, he looked a little bit didn't know what to do. Antonio knew what to do. Fully slid in, and with a slide tackle assist, Albel gives us the lead. And there we go, half time. Pretty dominant display, and we've got the lead. Need to see a little bit more just to make it absolutely safe. But as it stands, we're going back on top of the league. Although Schalke are not done yet. Although maybe they are with passing like that. Falkenberg to Salhi. Really should have found the net with that one. He deserves a goal. He's played really well so far. Raul with an unorthodox piece of goalkeeping. I would rather he caught that one, but it kind of worked. Reckers on the right hand side to Rafinha, Falkenberg, Jack. Working it through the middle. Schalke got back very quickly though, but we still found a bit of space. Rafinha across. He's been fouled. It's going to be a penalty. It is definitely a penalty. Marcus Antonio steps up. Can he make it 2-0? Yes, he can. In off the post. Goalkeeper rooted to his spot. And this is looking very good indeed. Very confident from Antonio. Yeah, no chance for the goalkeeper to even begin to jump. I mean, it's today just the curse of the left wing. Salhi, he's down, he's injured, potential groin injury. Brilliant stuff. I mean, good job we got 3, isn't it? Schmitz is going to come on in his place. Right, time is ticking away here. We're going to take off Falkenberg because he's had a fantastic game, as ever, but we can't afford him to get injured. Albel as well. They seem to be the two who are sort of the most consistently getting tired in this team, in much the same way that Vujovic and Trent Alexander-Arnold always got tired for Liverpool. But we've made those changes. Schalke aren't done yet, although Jack very comfortably wrestles the ball back. Antonio's in, it's saved, and it was a good chance. Moraldi chucks it into Chiralabus. Jack is there. It's cleared just about. Schultz punts it forwards. The defence do read it well though. Reiter back to Rafinha, although he's not read that well at all. And Reese is in. Raul makes a relatively confident save. Still 3 minutes on the clock. We are looking pretty good to seal this one, but it's not done yet. We're sort of letting Schalke have opportunities. We've managed to just about get that one away, but then they're going to come back again, although not with passing like that. Jack he's all over the place. He's reading the game very well. to substitute Zieba, and Chiralabous cuts inside. Good effort, hit at the top of the bar, but it is saved, and that is probably going to be that. Indeed it is. We have won 2-0 against the only team that has stopped us from winning the Bundesliga, well, for quite a few years, and that is a good thing to do, especially away from home. Very good performance. And that sees us go back to the top of the Bundesliga, albeit only 1 point clear of Dortmund at this very, very early stage, but always a good thing to get in anyway. We are playing pretty well, and that of course does breed confidence. I'm getting to know the team, and we've got some very good players here. Falkenberg in particular, Albal is exceptionally good as well. Now next time we will be back. I mean, maybe the Schalke game in the cup, I don't know, but we played really well against them there, so that gives me a bit more confidence for that one. I think what we probably will do is we'll go quite a bit further in, and we will come back for the second game against Inter Milan in the Champions League group stage. It's the 4th game overall. Yes, 4th game, which should be pretty decisive, hopefully, and that is also, unless it gets mucked around by the cup, I don't think it will, because the other round's pretty close. We will be also playing in that game against our former employers, Borussia Monchengladbach. They're currently bottom of the table, which is a little bit odd. Hopefully they can recover some form in that one. But Inter Milan, Borussia Monchengladbach seems like the perfect thing to come back to next time in November 2031. This is the longest I've gone into an FM save for quite some time. But anyway, there we are. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe as well, and I will see you next time for more Bayern Munich action.